Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's Erica with you today, and obviously you probably know that if you're on my channel already, but we are going to have a look at the July My Monthly Hero kit from Hero Arts. So each kit comes in one of these reusable and zip bags. They're really handy and useful, and you always get a card in your kit as well that basically gives you like a few ideas. It tells you what is in the classic kit and what's in the premium kit. So we're going to have a look at all of this throughout, and then in your classic kit you will get a clear stamp set, which is a 6x8 set. It's got the beautiful like little flower cluster down there. And then it also has something called a dandelion fancy dies. So there's 8 pieces there. And then there's this Parkland's window fancy die. And there's this linen cling stamp, which is a 3x4, so you can add a little bit of like texture. And then there's also a blue to green reactive ombre ink pad. So that is the classic kit. And if you get the premium kit, you get all of that plus some more. So with the premium kit, it always comes in like an extra little separate kind of bag to make sure that everything is nice and tidy. There's usually a bit of extra cardstock, which I love that. And there in this one, it's like a little bit of food theme as well, so picnic related. So we got 11 picnic baskets fancy dies. There is also 2 scenic detail fancy dies, which is all like included in the one piece there. So those are the 11 picnic dies, and then up here are the 2 scenic dies as well. So it all comes like in one big piece as well, so it makes it really nice and tidy. It does mean that you need to snip everything apart, but Hero Arts does have some great snippers as well. So you also get 2 sheets of white wood grain paper, really nice texture, and then you get a sheet each of pesto and passion flower cardstock. So this is the wood grain paper. It's a bit difficult to show the texture, but it is really nice. And this is the pesto. Makes me hungry. And this is the passion flower cardstock. So there's also a wildflower ephemera pack, and you get 45 pieces in that, so it's quite generous. But obviously, you know, it does mean that once you use them, they're gone. That's it. So that is the kit, both the classic and the premium. And then there's also some fun add-ons as always. So there is some rub-ons. If you love rub-ons and you're into florals, these ones are probably, you know, for you. And then there's some doggies. Oh, they are so cute. And these ones have coordinating dies as well. And then we have some ladybugs. Again, it's stamps and dies all together in one pack. And there's another picnic themed one. So it's this is making me want some like lemonade, like fresh lime juice. That would be so nice. Also with dies, and then there's a lovely picnic basket with coordinating dies as well. So these are the stamp bundles. So there's 4 of those in with the add-ons, and then this is my favorite. So this is the watermelon layering stencils, and I can't wait to play with this one. And then there's 2 bold print background stamps. Oh, there might be 3 actually. So yeah, there's 3. And they all kind of like park or outdoorsy themed. And this one is ants. How fun is that? And it kind of feels like a bit on the nose because we have a big ant problem in our house. So like every day we have to hoover and like wipe down everything because the ants can smell this tiniest single little crumb and then they just come pouncing. It is very annoying. So I cannot wait to get our house renovations underway and actually seal this house up. So but we are gonna not whine about the state of my house. We are actually going to make some cards. So I decided to, for my first card, I'm actually going to ink blend a background, and then I'm going to stamp the beautiful flower cluster on there. So originally, I was thinking kind of like a sunset-y theme or like some gold splatters, because I always add gold splatters. So I grabbed some yellows to orange to reds inks. So these are all the Hero Arts one. We have Lemon Drop, Creamsicle, Taffy, and I want to say Crimson, but yes. Then I also grabbed a whole bunch of blending brushes because, you know, I have an obsession with the blending brushes. So I do keep one for every color. So we are going to blend these, kind of make like a really vivid, bright, probably sunset would be more accurate than sunrise, I feel like. Because at least around here, like the sunrises are more kind of pastel-y, and then the evenings tend to be like bright and vivid. So we're going to blend all of these colors together, and I originally thought, you know what, I'm going to stamp the flower cluster in black and then heat emboss with clear on top, just to kind of make it stand out a little bit more. But I didn't actually end up doing that in the end. I just stamped it in black, and then I thought, you know what, actually it looks really nice as it is, so maybe we don't need to kind of like mess around with this. So, you know, that's another thing. You know, I often think that I have a plan. And I mean, okay, so I'm going to say I do have a plan oftentimes. I'm like, oh, idea. And then I start making something, and then another idea comes knocking, and it's like, hey, how about this? And, you know, my first idea goes, yeah, that's better, let him in, you know, and then, you know, I will be like halfway down the road with this other idea, and then another idea will come knocking and be like, girl, how about this? And I'll be like, yeah, I like it, let's do that. So it is always a roller coaster in my craft room. And I think the only time, or the few times when things kind of really go according to plan, is when I intentionally remake something, or yeah, maybe not even sometimes then, because it seems like I'm unable to stick to a plan, I think. But here I'm finishing off my ink blending, and you might kind of look at this and think, oh, you know, that's not very smooth, is it? But it's still wet, so bear that in mind. It is still wet, and it does need a little bit of time to kind of like dry and settle down. And when it does, it will be a lot smoother. But then, because I also thought, you know what, I'm going to sprinkle this with water, I'm going to add some gold splatter on top of this, it's not going to matter too much. So it didn't actually end up matter too much, because it just, yeah, I mean, otherwise I would have carried on probably, but I really liked how this turned out. So I thought, you know what, we're gonna leave that, and we're gonna go with this as well. So as I said, I originally had planned on heat embossing this. So I thought, you know what, I need to let it dry. I need to make sure that I do use my embossing tool and all of this. And it wasn't actually until I had stamped up the stamp itself, so this one, with black ink, that I thought, I actually like it as it is. So, you know, I decided not to change it. Now, I did actually go for licorice at first, and it wasn't quite kind of vivid enough, so I did swap to the intensified black, which was, you know, it did a much better job. So here I only had to do it like another time, I think, maybe two, because, but I think if I'd done this right away with the intensified black first, it probably would have been a lot better, like right away. So maybe two, because the paper, it was pretty saturated with ink at this point as well. So, but as I said, I decided to just kind of leave it like this, and I did end up using one of the sentiments from the set as well. So it says, have a wonderful day, friend. And then I thought, I'm going to try another thing, you know, because I had the stamp in my Misty already. So I was like, let's give this a try. So I'm taking these ink cubes, and I'm just gonna like gently drag them across the paper to add color, obviously, and a little bit of texture kind of thing. So we're not gonna go like crazy. You're gonna want kind of like quite a lot of ink at the bottom, and then a slightly gentler touch towards the end. So this is just 3 colors. So we got some yellow, we got some green, and we got some kind of, I want to say like aquatic green. I might need to actually check out the colors and give you the proper names of these ones. So I popped this back into my Misty, and then I just stamped this up with black, and it just looked so good, like so good. But I did feel like it needed just like a couple of little things extra. So we are of course gonna add a little something, you know, because I'm getting better at 1-layer cards, and I'm getting better at using slightly less bling. I mean, there was somebody who actually commented on one of my videos saying that there was no bling on your car, so you're okay. Is this a sign for help? And I really appreciate that. But I am trying. I am really, really trying to kind of like stretch my creative boundaries and, you know, just kind of like, you know, not do the same thing all the time. So here I decided to add my sentiment with a little bit of gold glitter cardstock. So this is what I meant, you know, I'm trying to kind of like not just automatically go for the bling. I do like the bling. I mean, obviously I'm a chronic overblinger, but I wanted to kind of add a little sparkle without necessarily adding bling. So how do I do that? You know, and the simple answer was to cut out a sentiment using the lower luggage tag dies and using this gorgeous glitter cardstock. It is really luscious, and the best thing about it, I think, as well, actually I don't think it is the best thing about it, is that it doesn't shed the glitter like crazy. Because, you know, like usually like the old fashioned types glitter cardstock, it would just shed like a crazy Labrador, you know, it would just be glitter everywhere. So I really, really like this glitter cardstock from Hero Arts. It comes in several different colors. You can get like a basic pack. There's white, there's black, there's gold, there's copper. I want to say there's silver as well. But I will link everything that I can find down in the description box below. And it was just like the little bling-a-ling that this card needed. So I ended up just cutting out "Hey You" and a little heart as well, just to kind of be like, hey girl, what's up, what you doing, but with a bit of that sparkly bling to it. So, you know, this is really fun. I love a good alphabet die set. It's so handy, so versatile, and you can just come up with whatever sentiments you have. So if or like ideas, nicknames, all sorts. There, I really, really, really strongly recommend having at least 2 alphabet die sets. So 1 uppercase and 1 lowercase. And if they can, you know, if they match, great. If they don't, that's okay too, because you can just type everything in either big letters or small letters. So definitely an alphabet die set. Cannot recommend that enough. And yeah, so here I decided to keep that like super, super simple. And we're just going to glue this down with a little bit of liquid glue, try to keep them straight, which is, you know, always a challenge, I think. Yes. With glitter cardstock, it's also a bit difficult because they don't tend to like to be picked up by like washi tape or, you know, press and seal very well. So you do have to like be quite, you know, have a good eye, or use a ruler maybe. That could also be a trick. But I just added these quite quickly to the card, and then I'm also trying to be a little bit less hard on myself when things are not perfectly straight, because again, it's not Hallmark, it's handmade, and you know, if you give a card to somebody and it's almost too perfect, you don't want to question whether this has been made by a machine. You know, you want it to have a little bit of you in it as well. So now, my third idea was just one of those like, you know what, I have my stamp and my Misty still, so why not? So I decided to take the Ombre Reactive ink pad and just drag it across the stamp like this. And one really, really fun thing about dragging an ink pad like this is that it gives you really delicious texture on your image as well. So it doesn't just give you color, it gives you texture. And I really love that. So the only thing is that obviously you have to be really careful if you need to do more than one stamping, because it can be a little bit tricky to get the colors exactly in the right place again. But I was quite happy with how well it went. And the thing with the reactive inks is that they're so easy to clean up. Like a little spritz of water, a little bit of a rubber dub with a microfiber cloth, and you're good to go. Yes. So easy to clean up. I love that. So with this one, I also thought, a little bit of bling is needed. I know, I did so well with the first one. There was like no sparkle on it. And now I'm like, 1 is enough. I cannot stop myself anymore. So this one I trimmed down a little bit so that it's just a tiny, tiny bit smaller than the 4.5 and, not 4.5, 5.5 and 4.25 inches. And then I used the same gorgeous gold glitter cardstock to cut out some of those dandelions, and these are the die cuts from the actual kit. So at this point I realized, you know what, I've just used the kit itself, like the classic kit, none of the premium bits. It's just all the kit, well, except for the inks. Okay, so you know, fair enough. But all of these cards are done using only the stamp sets from the kit itself. And then that I love when you can just, you know, get your kit out and you just get some cards made, like easy peasy, breezy, and you don't have to think about, you know, finding like lots of extra you know, bits and pieces. And okay, so I did use the luggage die cuts and the glitter cardstock and some other inks for the ink blending. But if you think like the core products used for all of these cards are, it's basically like not the premium kit, the classic kit. So I didn't end up having to use any of my beautiful colored cardstock or any of the Emphara pieces. Oh, Emphara? Is it Emphara? I am a foreigner, I have a language barrier, and that's a very difficult word for me to say. So I'm going to just say like the loose flower pieces. So here I'm just adding those little golden kind of dandelions, and it was just to, again, kind of add a little bit of sparkle. And okay, so I did sprinkle a little bit of gold watercolor on this background, but it was just because I knew I wanted to add those like golden dandelions, and it would just kind of bring everything in. So not a single sequin or gemstone has been used on these cards. I kind of feel like that needs a high five. So high five, anyone? Yay, I gave myself one. So yeah, that's how I roll. Always gonna pump up yourself, haven't you? So with the last kind of finishing bits and pieces on these cards, and again, I'm always using liquid glue because you never know when you need to change something quickly or something doesn't go on straight. So a few little snips here and a snips there, and this card is done. And again, there's a lot of white space in this card as well, which I'm quite proud of. I'm generally not great at white space, but this is the first card with the sunset ink blending, and I do think that this still would look really, really great with some gold splatters, but I refrained myself, so I'm quite proud of that. Yes, but now I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, oh, maybe some black gems would look amazing, like the ebony ones from Crossy Meraki. I might need to do some adjusting, or maybe I can just stop and contain myself. The second card is kind of strangely giving me a Northern Lights feels and vibes, but that wasn't really my intention, but I'm gonna go with it. So yeah. And finally, our third card, and I think between this one and the previous one, this one is probably my favorite, despite all that white space, which again, I'm really, really proud of myself for. But that is it from me for today. I really, really hope you've enjoyed this video and all of the crazy jibber jabbering. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. And I will see you very soon again. Bye for now.